What is up with that?
I'll tell you what's up with that old lady. Hi, everybody. So, we're going to be reacting to this lovely older lady with a big smile on her face, as we can see. She's a very happy person. So, the context to this lady is that, to my understanding, there's other videos I haven't seen them and I don't care to see them. She is an older lady living surrounded by other older people who are trying to support each other as they age and fizzle out on this earth. And she has a lot of things to tell us about how life is going to be terrible and everything like that. Now, she is at least 10 years my senior, so she's seen a few things. However, based on her life choices, she also hasn't seen some things. There's another video where she says, no kids and no husband, do I regret it? Again, I have not seen the video, but from that information, we can surmise this person has never existed. Oh, sorry, has existed in a very lonely way. Now let's listen to what she has to say to us, because there's a lot of people listening. She's got like 30k subs or whatever. Now, there's gonna be people listening. We need to find out what kind of advice she has for me, really. So let's see.
Those kind of things make me glad I don't have kids. Nobody's going to be tossing me in a home.
Okay, so she clearly just finished saying that if you are an aging parent, you can be thrown into a home. Now, the funny thing is, this is what I've done. We'll find out why in the context in a moment.
You know, we create these fantasies that kids are going to take care of us and nurture us. They're not our nurses, and there's a good chance nobody's going to be around when you're older. You know, sometimes I think we're all alone.
Projection much? Okay, so this is a peculiar exercise in confirmation bias, right? So this lady has observed that in some situations there are people. I just scratched my ear on the internet. Oh, goodness gracious. Right, so what was I saying? Right, this lady has no one in the world at the moment, and she is projecting this on top of other people because she's seen examples of people whose life hasn't quite worked out despite the fact that they had children. So somebody who has been, to use her words, tossed into a care home or whatever. First of all, that's not how anything works. All homes have a very substantial cost attached to them. Now, you could potentially pay for that home using the aging, let's call him parent, the aging parent's money or their pension plan or whatever it is that they have, right? But it's not necessarily something that you're going to end up doing willingly. I'm sure in some cases this will occur, but in some cases you will be forced. For example, my demented father, relieves himself pretty much at random wherever you want. Now, in a household of 7 people, excluding him, like mine, it starts becoming rather difficult having to chase up after this individual who is clearly not there. So a home is kind of the only the only option, despite the fact that it's very costly. You try to make it work at home as long as it's possible, and then you need to essentially pick a lane. It's either going to be your life or his, even though he has no prospect of growth or existence. I don't even know. Survival, definitely. Existence, not so much. So this gets complicated. And she obviously just puts it all together because this happens to everybody. Now, to some extent, I don't necessarily blame her. It's possible that it happens to quite a lot of people because most people who have children don't have them. What do I mean by this? All of the people who have children don't actually spend any time with them. They chauffeur them to school. They do school, then they chauffeur them to tennis or basketball or whatever course you make the children do, then chauffeur them back home, have dinner together, maybe, if you're lucky, go to bed, off you go, repeat. Then there's weekends, maybe. Right? Not everybody lives this way, but a heck of a lot of people. Right? So, for instance, I don't live that way at all. So, is the horrible future that she depicts going to happen to me? I don't know. Perhaps she's right. We'll find out. Right?
And another thing, this is for the people out there that are in their happy relationships and don't really socialize with us single, living alone people too much. We're your best friends when you do find yourself alone, when the spouse has passed away or left you for someone younger, or the kids are paying you no mind, or God forbid trying to toss you in a home. We're the ones who know how to be independent We're tough. We've been doing it for a long time. We've got a lot of good tips on how to deal with things, and we're generally prepared.
You're also generally terribly lonely. So, while I'm sure you're right, madam, that a lot of people who have lived happy lives until something horrible happens, like, for example, losing their spouse, or, as you say, and let's just accept your argument as if it was absolutely true in every single case, have children that pay them no mind, all the way up to then, it was a rather eventful and happy life. Now, nobody's arguing against being prepared, but what you mean by prepared is a bit odd. Like early in this video, which I've skipped because I'm not going to react to the whole thing, you mentioned that we need to have a very good relationship with our lawyer in case you get abandoned by the family or the children are trying to get rid of you, and so on and so forth. That's a lot of bad decisions all strung together all the way to get to there. Can tragedies happen? Absolutely. Are there deceptive relationships between people? Without doubt, right? But that's not really why and how I live. I live trusting the people around me. May they backstab me? Could they backstab me at some point? Absolutely. Will I potentially be looking for a relationship with someone else that is outside of this circle of mine, etc.? Sure. But that is a problem I'll attack at that time. Preparing yourself in this sense is nonsensical. It's like you're together with, let's say in my case, your wife, and you need to have a lawyer just in case on the off chance she, or even on the probable chance that she decides to divorce. That is obviously a sign of mistrust straight away. Half the manosphere on the internet is going to fight me on this. I couldn't care less. But the point is, I trust her, otherwise it's impossible to be together. Now, will at some point potentially she expire before me or vice versa? For sure. That'll happen. Will our children take care of us? I don't know that. Right? I'm trying to give them every reason to want to. Now, I will tell you to mull over that one, but it doesn't make any sense because you a priori have decided that everything I've just said has no value. Or at least this is what you say. Perhaps you weren't able to in fact achieve any of this stuff. Now you're a little bit bitter and sharing all of your preparedness on the internet. How lovely.
We got your back. We're available. We're not busy.
That's true. You're not busy. You're doing nothing all day.
Wrapped up in our spouse's problems. We're not busy with kids, grandkids, whatever. We're available.
You're meaningless. How's that for a word, madam? Can't call you granny, I would, but you're not one, so.
We're your best friend and your resource when you need it. If you're not single, make sure you've got some single friends. So the takeaway here is, don't be a fool. If you're over 50, make it a goal to be more independent, know exactly what's going on with your finances, know how to run the household, have a plan B. If you don't think you can live in that same lifestyle and household without your partner or spouse or some help from the kids, make a plan to have a living situation for yourself, a plan B that you can do all on your own as an individual.
I mean, everything she's saying sounds good on paper. There's a gigantic subtext. I've already talked about it just now, right? The thing is, most people who live with their children and family, or to use her terms, are wrapped up in their spouse's problems or in their kids' problems or this and that and the other. Well, these are people who are busy. They are people who are busy living. Okay? If you're all alone, and you're able to create all of your plans and plan B's and C's and D's and set them all up and everything like that, it's because you got nothing to do. Nothing to look forward to. I mean, don't get me wrong, also nothing to backstab you. That's fair enough. But it's very difficult to live a life of meaning without giving your back to somebody. So, I mean, what she's suggesting, sensible as it might be, is just another indictment on her own life decisions. This is not how you would be talking, madam. if you had, the things that you are pretending are valueless. You don't have them because you rejected them long ago. And to all of the younger people who are listening to this lovely lady, probably there's 6 of them, but whatever, there are many ways of approaching life. You only have one. It's quite valuable. Yeah, you could live all by yourself eternally. I don't think it's a problem. Modern technology allows that, etc., etc., etc. But when you get to this lady's age and everything on your body is starting to break and you're all alone, your only option is going to be potentially living with this lady in a commune. Now, if instead you built a family, etc., it doesn't guarantee anything, but it certainly hedges your bets in the direction of actually not dying alone, as this lady will undoubtedly do. So, best of luck to her, no ill will. Keep on spouting your nonsense.